Son of the Holy Spirit, now and ever into ages of ages. Amen. I had just been ordained in late October, and along comes the Sunday of the genealogy, and lo and behold, Bishop Thomas, then Father Thomas, says, "You'll do the gospel and give the homily today." And he did this because most priests existentially dread this Sunday, because they don't know what to say about all these names. And of course, it's kind of hard to chant. And I was choking on intoning then, because I didn't grow up Orthodox. I didn't spend a lot of time in an Orthodox church before I was ordained priest and deacon. And so I was struggling. And so I did a lot of praying. And it came to me about the importance of the Sunday of genealogy. And I've come to like doing it. And there's some really interesting things about this list of names. First of all, in Matthew, the genealogy is based on the descent from Abraham through David to Joseph. Now, Joseph was not the physical, biological father of Jesus. He was given custody of this young woman who would bear the Son of God. But under Jewish tradition, since he accepted this child as his own, that meant that this child had all of the privileges of being a natural child in terms of genealogy and inheritance. The second thing that's important is that Matthew is writing for Jews, and there is no way that in Judaism that you put women in a list of descent. Just not done. Yet here they are. Tamar is there, Rahab is there, Bathsheba is referred to, the wife of Uriah that David had adultery with and conceived a child, and so it's unusual. And a number of the women listed here were not Jewish. Rahab was not, Tamar was not, and yet they're included in the genealogy. And I came to understand the purpose of it. You see, Christ has literally wrapped in his physical being the biology of all mankind. We in Orthodoxy believe that the incarnation is as essential to salvation as the crucifixion and resurrection and ascension. And this biology of all these people that were in the inheritance of Jesus, because the list is virtually the same in Luke that shows the genealogy from the viewpoint of Mary. And most of the people are still in the same list: Abraham, David, Solomon, all the others. And he literally wraps in his physical being all of humanity. Rahab the prostitute. Bathsheba, the wife of Uriah that David had adultery with. These are sinners, and these are people, and there's some great heroes here, like Jeconiah and a number of others. Jehoshaphat are great, and Solomon and David, great heroic kings. And Abraham and Isaac and Jacob are great heroic forefathers. And so we have both the heroic, but we also have the fallen and sinners. And so Jesus, in his physical being, incorporated the genealogy, the DNA of all of humanity. And so when he carried all of our humanity through his life without sin and obedience to the Father, he literally carried it up to the right hand of God. And so when he calls us to participate in him by our life of prayer and by our life in the service of the church and by receiving the very life of God in the body and blood of Christ, he is literally carrying us in his being to the right hand of the Father. And so that's what our destiny is. Our destiny is carried in his physical being. Not simply a spiritual being, but in a physical being. He carries all of us literally the right side of God. And for that, we give him great thanks today. And it's one of the reasons why the prayers that consecrate the the bread and wine are called the anaphora, the prayer of thanksgiving, because we're literally thanking God for carrying us literally in his very being to the right hand of God. In the name of the Father, and Son, and Holy Spirit, now and ever, and to ages and ages. Amen.